It's January 7th, 2024. I am in Burns Park, Arkansas, one of the places that my husband and I used to walk and run every day, 5 days a week. Just like a ritual, sort of, and something we don't get to do anymore living where we're living in Mexico, in our particular spot where there's not really places to do things like that. I know there's places in other places in other cities and stuff, just not anywhere near us, unfortunately. And I'm really enjoying it out here, except that it's so cold. It's 38 degrees here in North Little Rock right now, and in our community in Mexico right now it is 80 degrees. So that is a huge difference in temperature, obviously. I've been here in Arkansas since the 22nd of December. I've done a few videos since I've been here, but I just wasn't really satisfied with them, and I still have them, but I decided not to use them. I wasn't really sure what to talk about. I was trying to avoid talking about some things, and I don't really know what else to do other than just talk about what's going on, because it is kind of odd that I'm here. I was just here 6 months ago, so I came to the park today, even though it is really, really cold out here, and my bones and my blood is just not used to the cold anymore. Like I've never really liked it too cold. Never really liked it too hot. I just kind of like the Goldilocks zone, somewhere in between. But yeah, it's just really cold. So the camera's moving a lot if you're listening to this on video. But I'm gonna set it down in a second. I just feel like if I sit down, it's gonna be really cold on my butt. Okay, so here's the deal. Let me sit down. It's not good to sit anywhere, really, because the sun is too bright, so I'm gonna walk and talk while I walk. I need some exercise anyway. So strange, just like the last time that I came here. I was having a lot of digestive issues, and I have a lot of food intolerances, and every time I would eat or drink anything there, it would pretty much make me sick. And then I came here, and then it's like everything just disappeared. It was so weird. And pretty much the same thing has been happening ever since I've been here, since the 22nd of December. So I can't walk too far because my car is over there in the parking lot, and it's got a bunch of stuff in it, suitcases. My purse is like out in the open, so I can't really I wanted to go walk my normal walk. Unfortunately, a tornado came through here about 6 months ago, and all the trees are gone, so it doesn't look anything like it used to look. It's so different, it's so bare. But so let me get to the point here really quick. I came here because early. I didn't plan to come here until again, April or May of 2024. But I got some bad news, terrible news, that my mom has stage 4 cancer. So I had to come early, and I've been staying at my aunt's house, which is where my mom is living at the moment, and I've been helping my mom a lot, or trying to help my mom a lot. Just some basic things, whatever I can, and taking her to a couple of appointments. And yesterday we had to take her to my sister-in-law to shave off her hair, because she was combing her hair out. Her hair started to fall out, and she started to comb it out, and it was just coming out in gigantic clumps in her hand. So yeah, she just shaved it off. I'm not going to get into the particulars of her medical stuff, but I just want to say that's why I'm here. And it's very difficult being here away from my husband, but also I feel like I'm just kind of floating around, staying at my aunt's for a little while, sleeping on the couch, and there's been a lot of difficulties staying at her house. So now I'm staying in the camper at my brother's house, and it's very nice. It's very warm in there, which is a big change from what I've been dealing with. Before, on my aunt's couch, it was just very uncomfortable because I have back problems, which is another reason why I'm here. And also because it was just super, super cold in there. So now I'm in the camper, and it's like a little mini apartment. It's really nice, and I have some privacy. I haven't been able to really have my quiet time with God since I left Mexico and came here. And that's been a huge thing for me because I feel really lost and out of sorts. I haven't had any privacy anywhere. I have it's just very different, and I know that a lot of people have much worse problems than that, but I'm saying, it's just a little problem that I've dealt with since I've been here. It's just no privacy, no time to really talk with God. And I like to read my Bible in the quiet, with no TV on, and I haven't really had that opportunity either. So now that I'm in one of my brother's camper, it's been a blessing, but it's just temporary. I don't want to stay there and wear out my welcome. My husband said something funny to me the other day, that he always used to hear a phrase that after 3 days you start to rot. So it is kind of true. Anytime you stay with somebody or somebody stays with you, it starts to get a little uncomfortable and awkward if you stay past like 3 days. So I'm trying not to stay there longer than that. So after the 3 days, then I'll go to my other brother's house and stay with him for a few days. Or I shouldn't be here much longer though. I'm going to take my mom to another chemo appointment on Tuesday, and an infusion appointment on Wednesday. And then after that, I should be heading back to Mexico. I've already been away from my husband, away from our home, away from our everything for almost 3 weeks now. And it's just been very stressful. And that's why I have the videos or the podcast episodes that I have posted, those were scheduled, and I had already recorded those, not, like a couple weeks ago, and a few weeks ago actually. So yeah, those are not really what's going on right now, but I don't have any more scheduled, so I wanted to just stop and at least do a video to kind of update everybody about what's going on. And something else that I wanted to talk about, I'm gonna walk back toward my car just to kind of check on things. The car is locked, but like I said, my purse is just wide out in the open. My wallet, you can see it, and yeah. So something that I wanted to talk about was faith in God, trusting in God, even in very trying times, dark circumstances, and kind of going through that right now, not just with my mom, but I've had hypochondria issues, and anytime I have anything to do with health, my own health, I have a lot of fear and anxiety with that, I have my whole life. And I just wanted to talk about how lately I haven't really been as afraid, even though I've had plenty of reason to be afraid for certain things. And I just feel like, there's people out here now. I wish I had more faith in God the rest, all of my life, because anytime I get scared, I just think of Jesus. I just think of my faith now, and I feel better. I feel like I don't have anything to worry about, even if there is something to worry about. I feel like no matter what, God is always going to be with me. He's going to be with my mom. He's going to be with my family. And that, I don't need to worry, because, bad things do happen, because we are living in a broken world, and it is inevitable that things will happen to every single one of us. And we go through our whole lives not, most of us don't worry about things like that. We don't think about consequences. We don't think about inevitability. We just kind of go with the flow. We turn off the fear for the most part, and we just live our lives until something does happen. And then a lot of us tend to, those of us who believe in God, even if just a little bit, we tend to blame him or wonder, why did he let this happen? And the fact is, the truth is that, like I said, we live in a broken world, and all of us will suffer. All of us will go through trying times. All of us will face terrible things at, even once, sometimes more than once, sometimes a lot of times. And it's just inevitable, and it's not God's fault. It's our fault that we live in this broken world. But we need to learn how to have faith, how to stop blaming God for the things that happen in our lives, and just use those things for good. Try to see the good in everything, because in everything that we do, in everything, there is an opportunity to become better people, become better at ministering, at spreading the gospel. And I feel like right now, with the situation with my mom, it's given me that. But also, just being away from home, and as much as I, have, the problems that we have there, the things that we, I don't want to say suffer, because it's not suffering at all that we live there. It's just inconveniences and discomfort, with the electricity and the water and the people sometimes that we deal with in our particular area. Those are just minor inconveniences in life, so they're not even anywhere near suffering. But although those things are in the moment, when we're going through them, they're terrible, they're awful, we just want to be done with them, we want to better our circumstances. At the same time, now, being here, I miss being there. But when I'm there, I miss being here. And that's, I think, with anybody, with everybody, and not in all situations, but in a lot of situations, we're just never happy with what we have or where we are. And so I'm learning to appreciate more having both. My husband, he can't come here, so he doesn't have both like I do. And so that would be my wish, is that he can legally go back to the United States and visit and come back and forth, and that we can go back and forth together, especially during times like this, when family member is affected by any kind of tragedy or sickness. And we need to be together for those things and not apart. And it's just very odd and awkward that we would be apart forcibly. And I know a lot of military, they have to separate from their husbands and wives to, be deployed and things like that. So I can't imagine how it is for them, how rough something like that is, being separated, especially during times like this when the family needs people together. So, everybody's got their issues. Nobody is free from trying, these kinds of things. And so I'm learning to make the best of it. And one way is coming out here in Burns Park, where we just love this place. My house is not far from here, and it's like our backyard, and we love this place so much. It's just huge. I know I've talked about it in episodes before, but I can never get enough of it. And that is our hope, that one day he can come back here and we can do these things together. But in the meantime, I'm just glad that I have God to lean on, God to give all of my worries and fears and problems to, and that I know he will help me through all of these things. And it's so amazing that I can even say these things, like feel at peace with no matter what is ahead of me, because I've always, for most of my life, just been afraid of everything, afraid of something happening to a family member, afraid of something happening to me, or disease or death, or all these things that have just dominated my life. And I feel so much more at peace now. I can just think of Jesus Christ and be at peace, no matter what the situation. And it's just amazing to me how he can change our lives, how he can change the way we think and how we view problems. And just like that, it's just amazing to me. But I wanted to give everybody this update, and I wanted to be out here outside and in the place that I love. So that is all I have for today. May God bless you, your family, and your life.